Parashat Behaalotcha, bonus Devar Torah. So we know that at the beginning of the sixth Aliyah, Psukim Lamed Hey and Lamed Vav, they are separated from the rest of the Parsha by what we call a Nun Hafucha, an inverted Nun. The Psukim, Vayihi bin Soah Ha'aron Vayomer Moshe, Kuma Hashem v'yafutzu ayvecha v'yanusa misanecha mipanecha, uvenucho yamar shuva Hashem revivos alfei Yisrael. There is a Nun Hafucha before the beginning of Pasuk Hey, and a Nun Hafucha following Pasuk Lamed Vav. What is the purpose of these special simanim? This is a debate in the Gemara in Maseches Shabbos, Daf Kuf Tes Vav Amud Beis, through the top of Kuf Tes Zayin Amud Aleph. Here, the Gemara brings two opinions. First, the opinion of Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel, and then the opinion of Rabbi. Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel says that these psukim are not in their appropriate place. They actually belong much earlier in Chumash Bamidbar, in Perek Beis, in the second chapter, Pasuk Yud Zayin, where the Chumash is describing the traveling of Bnei Yisrael, how they were commanded to travel, and that's where it was recorded that the Mishkan would find its place in the traveling. Since this is not the appropriate place for these psukim, there is a siman before and after indicating that these psukim are out of place. Rebbe, on the other hand, concludes that this is the appropriate place for these psukim. And why are they distinguished by these simanim? In order to indicate that these letters, these 85 letters of these two psukim, this is a sefer chashuv. It is a book within itself, dividing Chumash Bamidbar literally into 3 chumashim, making for a total of 7 chumashim, and an acknowledgement that this minimal number of 85 letters is enough to constitute an entire sefer. Returning to the opinion of Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel, that this section is not in its appropriate place, we can understand the reason for the inverted nun as the siman. Rabbeinu Bachya, in his commentary on Chumash, notes that the gematria of the letter nun is 50, and if we consider the nun to be facing backward, the implication of Rabbeinu Bachya being that if we count back 50 parshios, we will arrive at the correct place where these psukim belong. 50 parshios, meaning 50 paragraphs in the way in which the Torah is divided. Unfortunately, if one counts back 50 parshios, we do not arrive at Perek Beis, Pasuk Yud Zayin. So in order to understand Rabbeinu Bachya, we need to turn our attention to the Minchas Shai, who suggests that a separate parsha, a separate break, a separate paragraph break was found in ancient manuscripts of the Torah that we do not have in our current version. That break occurred about 10 psukim earlier than where we find the psukim of Vayihi bin Soah Ha'aron. So with that break, we would indeed have 50 parshios back to the current place. But if, according to Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel, this is not the appropriate place for Vayihi bin Soah Ha'aron, why is it placed here? Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel understood it to be here in order to separate between two very distasteful episodes regarding Bnei Yisrael, to separate between two Paranios that are recorded in Chumash. The first, which preceded Vayihi bin Soah Ha'aron, was how Bnei Yisrael ran from Har Sinai as soon as they had the opportunity to do so. And the second, following Vayihi bin Soah Ha'aron, is the complaints lodged by Bnei Yisrael. Says Rabbi Shimon ben Gamliel that one day this parsha will be uprooted from here and returned to its proper place. That day will be when Mashiach comes and we will no longer be tempted by the Yetzer Hara to do the wrong thing. There will no longer be a place for Paranios to befall the Jewish people, and this section will no longer be needed to divide between these two Paranios. Yirtzeh Hashem, we should speedily merit that day when this section will be returned to its appropriate place, and we will be able to live together free from temptation to do the wrong thing. A special Yasher Koach to those who learn Shnayim Mikra v'Echad Targum, The Gemara Maseches Brachos notes, La'olam yashlim adam parshiosav im hatzibur shnayim mikra v'echad targum. May all of those who follow this minhag diligently of Shnayim Mikra v'echad Targum be zoche to be part of the completion, yashlim shalemus, of their learning and that of the tzibur. And in that schus, may it benefit all of Klal Yisrael.